What up? What up? Late Night Live. We're back with episode 55. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Wow, there was a lot of stuff to talk about. So we'll get to it. I think Travis is going to be here a little late. So if you're hoping he should be here, I don't know. What did he say? 5-10 minutes? So.
Yeah.
But,
question before we get started. Is the soundboard not working?
Shh. Dude, wait.
Did it not work?
Don't ask. Just go with it
that?
next time. Just go with it.
Did you hear that?
I totally heard it. It was about my VHS porno collection.
Yeah, where can you?
Yeah, I heard that too. Totally heard it.
There was something.
I got this new one.
We're good. Carry on. Yep. Very funny.
Oh, all right. On to the let's go.
Oh, he really got that crowd going.
That's
Leakrian's in the house. All right. Eric, I'm going to get to you last because I want you to talk about your trip.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I forgot too.
Ace of Jacks Media Grounds, Chris, what's up, bro? Did you have a good week?
Yeah, it was a busy week, but it was a good week. Finally finished Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Nice.
Fantastic game.
I should have had my Indiana Jones sound. Oh, here. There we go.
Sounds just like me.
Joe Cade's here. Good morning, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Or should we call you the Corner Cade, Joe? You have to see that stream he did. He's trying to mess people up. Anyway, how'd you like Indiana Jones? How was
it? It was great. It was, it's probably the best Indiana Jones movie we've had since The Last Crusade.
There was a movie. Yeah.
Sure. Story-wise and everything, I thought it was fantastic, and I'm looking forward to what they do next with the Indiana Jones series. And then, of course, got to get my Bellotro in.
You've been playing it? Yeah, he was playing it just before the show, right?
I got to try out that first Berserker Kazan demo. it's a pretty interesting game from what I played
Nice.
of it.
Well, what
So-
was the gist of that? Just talk about it real quick.
It's it does have the Elden Ring feel to it, where you can level up, but the combat is smoother than I think Elden Ring was. Like dodging just feels more natural in this one than it did in Elden Ring. The ability to parry and everything's great. So from just the demo, it's a pretty fantastic game.
What's the story? What's the?
You're supposed to be
What's
the
the
general of a military, and he's betrayed by the emperor. They torture him, and then he like bonds with. I don't know if it's like supposed to be an ancient demon or some spiritual thing.
So it's a little bit different than Eric's normal story that he's looking for every time.
It doesn't have the stealth. No stealth here.
mechanics? Mhm.
No stealth
Yeah.
mechanics. You know, you gotta go in and run and gun. But yeah, it's
All right. But
and
you like
you're going to be able to with the full game. It tells you that you can transfer over the save file.
Oh yeah, I love that.
So if you play the demo, whatever level you get up to with the demo, you'll be able to transfer it over, which is nice.
Cool. Yeah, that's smart. We love it. Thank you to the developers that do that.
Yeah, that
Developers, it's classic. It's a classic soundbite.
It is. Dathan, the 8-bit gaming legend. Sure.
How are we doing today, gentlemen?
Good.
It's been a week. I don't want to say it's been a crappy week because last time I said it was just a week, you poo-pooed on it. So we're just gonna just say it's been a week. It's been a busy week. Didn't play a whole lot. Just been getting caught up on stuff for the most part. I did buy another copy of NCAA 2025 because it's only like $12 on PS5 at Best Buy this week. So I was like,
Really?
yeah, I'm not gonna pass up on that. Might as well.
You never even played me.
Because you don't want to get destroyed. Haven't played a whole lot else. Just dabbled in some of the PlayStation Premium games a little bit here and there, but nothing gone through yet. I haven't been able to get into Outlaws yet, really. Hoping to get in there soon. Well, now with all the Xbox games that will be coming out in the next few months, I really need to get going because I don't want to start playing it and then have to go back to it. So,
Right.
but other than that, that's been a week.
And-
A lot of work and catching up on stuff.
Well, and are you still going to the Fan Fest tomorrow?
Oh yeah, I am going to Fan Expo tomorrow to kind of see what's going on. So if I get
wanna
any autographs, I will post that on the Discord. If you're not a member, Discord sign up. It's awesome.
Why don't you tell everyone what that event is?
It's basically just a Comic-Con here in Portland at the Oregon Convention Center. 3-day event. I'm only going for 1 day this year. Just an FYI, Fan Expo is notorious for guests canceling the day before or the day of before the event. So keep that in mind if you ever decide to go to a Fan Expo anywhere, also known as the former Wizard World Comic-Con back in the day as well. So that's my free advice for all my fans listening right now.
Absolutely. Well, who you gonna go see? Are you gonna
I'm
get
not,
any
I'm
autographs?
not 100% sure yet. I'm kind
gonna-
of, I might just wing it, go in there, see what's going on. I might swing by that controller company that we discussed in the Discord, see what they got. But I'm not going to buy anything because I got my guy that I told him that I was going to buy a controller at Emerald City this year.
No, guys. So like, I post a link in the Discord, like, oh, this controller company is gonna be there that does these custom controllers. And his first comment out of his like keyboard or whatever is like, "Oh, they got terrible stuff." I'm like, dude, give him a chance. Like, I don't know.
It was not that. It was okay. It's okay quality. It's not bad, but I just prefer to get it from my guy who I said I was going to get, because he has a custom Transformers controller that I'm going to buy from him.
This
Hopefully,
stuff looks good.
as long as it doesn't sell out. So that's my first stop at Emerald City next month.
Yeah, what if they have a really cool Optimus Prime PS5 Xbox controller that you've never seen before?
It's hard to say because I've visited this booth a few times, and it's usually just the same stuff recycled over and over again. I think they have the same templates they use for their controller painting schemes. So unless they got something new that's going to blow me away, that's going to be the most fabulous thing, then I don't know, we'll see. But chances are, slim to none, and we'll see. I'll take some videos and pictures, and
yeah, that's what we need.
I'll entertain everybody.
Cool. Denise Richards gonna be there.
Last time I checked, you can't bring that up unless Travis is in the room.
Oh.
So when Travis makes his grand entrance, then you can bring that up. So
Okay. All right.
Well, it looks like you can get DJ Qualls, signature.
Yeah, he was the guy that I thought my old roommate, his name was Kevin. He's out there somewhere, but like he looked exactly like DJ Qualls out of the movie Road Trip. And like down to a T, like he went missing for a month, and like we didn't know what happened to him, and he like took his dad's credit card, and then his dad came looking for him, and it was a whole thing. And that is exactly what that whole he did that whole Road Trip movie, and like we're there living it. We're like right there. It's just insane. Anyway, the Tom Green Road Trip movie. I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's a class. I wouldn't say it's a classic, but it's definitely that rom-com 2000s era, like Dude, Where's My Car, that type of thing.
What's up, J-Rod? No, it's crazy when you got a friend who's like right there. That's the guy from the movie. Like, I don't know. He's not the guy, but he's like, Chris, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Like, you can't make this up.
Is that the movie where he's like, but it's your dog?
Right.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's that one.
Okay.
There's a lot of good stuff in that.
Unleash the Fury.
A lot of bad stuff too. Yeah. All right, Eric. How are you, sir?
Hello, friends. I am well.
Did you do anything fun last week?
I did. Don't hate me because I Belatro. But I did that.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Hey, Dark Empire's in the chat.
Oh, what up?
What's up, bro?
Yeah, I looked at the Nintendo Championships this week and was not into it, so I skipped it.
Yeah. Must have been no more Metroid on there.
No Metroid, yeah. But I did go to Vegas. That was fun. Did
Cool.
stuff
Can I show your pictures and stuff from that?
Sure, yeah. Went out to the Pinball Hall of Fame. Like I said it was gonna. We pulled in, and my buddy was like, "Oh, I wonder what they have there." So yeah, that's the stuff they just pile into the corner. And here are some shots of like what it looks like.
That looks better.
Wow.
I made a little video of your images. I just put them all together here.
Yeah.
It looks really big.
It's quite large. Absolutely speaking, if you're a pinball person and you want to go to a cool pinball place, you're gonna be disappointed, like we talked about. But because
talk about it again for the people that miss. Oh, let me turn.
There's there's a lot of tables there. The older ones in particular, they're not in good repair, or maybe 30% of them, 40% of them don't work. there was a lot. Yeah, here's a good example. Anything with a sign on it, or with the power off is not working. So yeah, there's 2 signs in a row. That one is on, but yeah, it's a lot of machines that don't work, unfortunately. And so if you go there as a pinball nerd and you want to play a bunch of pinball, especially vintage stuff that you had your eye on, you're probably going to find a broken machine and be disappointed.
Do you think they not have a back room they can wheel those in and out? Or
I don't know. I don't remember what the back of the place.
That picture you just of that last one's like,
yeah,
this looks like a bunch of trash.
Yeah, there's just piles of stuff. There's sections of it where they just have big standing dividers where they've just sectioned off machines. That's in the far left corner if you're facing the exit of the building, what you're looking at right there. But okay, so absolutely not a great place to go. However, I was going to say Vegas isn't really the place for absolutes, and so what's redeeming about it is because it's in Vegas and because it's free to go and because I paid $20 and we played for a couple of hours. It's kind of great from that perspective. It's a place you can go in Vegas and spend $20 for a couple of hours of fun and not have to pay to enter and not lose any more money than what you expect to pay for pinball. And it's family friendly, and there were plenty of machines that were in good working order, the newer ones in particular. Played a lot of Venom when I was there. But even then, a slight disappointment is not all the. I mean, they are wired to the Stern network, but some of them aren't. So you want to be sure to scan your QR code before you put any quarters in to make sure it is wired. But pretty fun place to be in Vegas, I'd say.
Cool.
Yeah.
What casino did you stay at, or maybe you didn't stay at?
We were off the strip, like a resort or timeshare kind of place.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I did most of my gambling at the G-Nug. For anybody familiar with Fremont Street.
I've got a $5 poker chip I took from them.
No, yeah.
It smells like cigarettes.
Yes, it does. The whole place smells like cigarettes.
Yeah. But yeah.
But if you want the authentic Vegas experience,
Did you do the zip line?
I did not do the zip line. No, I did not do the zip line. We did find a speakeasy and got into that. That was fun.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, good time.
All right. Yeah. Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to do a show from Vegas, you guys. Let's do it. Chris and I have been talking about going for a long time.
Nice.
You make that happen. Anyway, all right. What's that?
After the claw machine.
Yeah, no claw machines.
Why are you so down on the claw machine?
Dude, I see space. Just take your water heater out. There's plenty of space right there once you remove that.
Yeah, I don't need hot water.
That's what I'm saying. You can fish for it with your claw.
Yeah.
You're so down on the claw machine.
All right. But I did play a little more Balatro, not as much as the previous week. I played I'll just get into it. I did play Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. And actually, I was just playing it before I came on the show. So this is the first level. This game reminds me... have you guys played this before?
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately? You didn't like it?
Yeah. I don't like any of these Ninja Gaiden games. You're talking to someone who was a kid and played the OG back in the day. And
yeah.
We all know how hard that was. Unbelievably hard.
Yeah, I'll play this one when I beat the first one.
So any day now, right?
Yeah. Come on.
It kind of plays to me like a 360 game, which is exactly what this was. But the more I played it, I didn't take any video of the second level. The second level, you're in the jungle, and it almost looks better. The lighting looks better, like kind of in that menu right there. So I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Some of these games in the dark, they don't look as good, but the more I played it, I think it's fun. I know I haven't found it too difficult. Like I beat the first boss, no problem, and you keep learning new abilities. And I just got the Wolverine claws in the next level, so yeah, the claw is coming. But I upgraded my staff to the second tier or whatever, and so I'm kicking some ass with that staff. You can just juggle enemies in the air and get some pretty wild combos. This is the boss. He's really not that hard.
Infamously used ninja weapons as staff.
Right, yeah, probably, yeah. Ninjas probably don't use staff, do they? That's another... Yeah, okay, Elite Crit played it. And I was going to tell you, Chris will like this. They have good boob physics. Maybe all you guys like that. Unreal Engine 5 has its benefits. So I don't know if they could do that in the NES version.
You can have her, Ryu Hayabusa. She's just a tool of the CIA. You want time.
Joe-Cade's. I don't know what Joe-Cade's talking about. But anyway, go if you guys have Game Pass, just go get this. Like, I guess normally it's $50, and I think it's on PlayStation 5 and Steam if you want to pay for it. But if you have Game Pass already, might as well just like go download it. It is and Chris, you were complaining about it earlier. It is a 88 gigabyte download, and like as soon as I download it, my wife comes and find me and she says, "Hey, I just got an email from Comcast that we're 75% into our download space for the month. Like we only have so many terabytes, and then they give you a warning letter." So I'm like, all right, I won't download anything crazy for the rest of the month. But anyway, yeah, I thought it was fun. I'll keep playing it. We'll see how far I get. Maybe it'll get frustrating. Let's see. But today... Oh, do we have somebody? Oh, Travis? Are you there?
Was it a padded room you're sitting in?
Is he in jail?
Stuck in a warehouse?
Blink twice if you need help. Hello?
This is tech support. Can we help you?
Show's gone off the rails already.
Yeah. Just type in the chat.
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Oh, there he goes.
There we go.
Sorry. It had two earbuds, and so it, for some reason, picked up the wrong ID of the one. So yeah, I apologize.
It's all good. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, sorry I was late.
It's all good. Did you play any games last week?
I did. I started Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one?
Hitting the max of Balatro. Now Balatro has been relegated to I need to pass out, but I need something to take my mind off of the fact that I need to go to sleep. And it serves that purpose well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Assassin's Creed, what is the name of it? It's the new one that came out.
Mirage.
Mirage. Yeah. So started that. Started it.
It's a good one.
That's the one where you're in the desert, right?
Yeah. But you know what was kind of funny was I had withdrawals from the Star Wars game. You know how I mentioned last week that it just kind of ends and that's that? Mm-hmm. So as I started getting kind of tired of Balatro, That was Tuesday. I started wishing that game was longer. And so I actually went to Steam to check out Survivors and saw that it's still close to full price. So I figured I'll hop into the Assassin's Creed game for now. I'm not sure that I look forward to the story of Basim, but I hear that the review actually said Basim's the story I didn't know I needed told. So maybe it will end up being good.
Cool.
You like the
Keep
third
playing
game,
it.
so that's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dathan, you played it, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I finished it.
Yeah. You beat it. Because you said it was about 8 hours, right?
What's that?
You said it was about 8 hours.
Well, if you do the straight campaign, just go straight doing any of the side stuff, you're probably looking at about maybe 12 to 14, depending on how good you are.
Oh, okay.
If you want to max everything out, looking around like the 20 to 25 if you want to do everything.
Gotcha.
And everyone in the chat, yes, I do see your comments. It should pull up here. Like we got several people talking on Twitch tonight, which is amazing. So that platform has been dead for us for a while now. But hey, good job! I appreciate you guys.
Something we went viral from all the hot takes.
I need to go follow NES Gaming Legend on Twitch. That's some guy I guess we should know. And then Asa Jack's Media Grounds, all one word, is on Twitch. Did I get that right?
Yep.
So, all right, cool. But I'm gonna turn the chat off. I see you guys, so keep the comments coming. We got a lot to talk about. There was a Microsoft Xbox presentation that some good stuff, and hopefully you guys watched it. Maybe some of you are mad that you watched it. I don't know. I want to talk about there's some rumored new Switch games coming. You know, now that we know the hardware, the attention goes to the games, which I think is maybe the more fun part. Maybe we can get Eric interested. I don't know. Seems skeptical. I did buy another big Mondo toy. Like, we can get into that. And there was a HasLab controversy with their toys right now. I think Dathan saw the article I posted in the Discord. We could talk about that a little bit. Oh, and then the price of games could be going to possibly $100. Pay $100 for a new video game. So interesting tidbits there. So stay tuned. Let's keep watching. But let's go into the Xbox stuff first. Oh, and then this dropped too. Or no, I know Dathan's got an opinion already.
Trash. Don't like it.
Why is it trash?
It just did. Do you guys remember those Afterglow? Oh, what were they? Not Afterglow. They're Mad Cats.
Rock Candy
made controllers that you could see through, but had neon lights and stuff inside it. That's exactly what this reminds me of, without the lights.
Oh, I was thinking of Rock Candy, the third party. Like, all their controllers were like this.
That too.
But that's a sexy color.
Yeah, everyone likes red.
I mean, it almost looks like the old like Nintendo 64s. Remember they had 8 different colors, kind of like that.
Yeah.
But this is a no buy for me here.
Chris, anyone else interested at all? I think I might get it. I don't know. I got the blue one.
Well, you might as well get the red one too. Why not?
Yeah.
I'll buy 3 of them and send them to Dave.
It's sexy. You know what's going to happen though? Like, Xbox is going to come out with a new system here, and they're gonna modify the controller somehow. So like we'll have all these other controllers from the Series X, Series S systems, and then we're not gonna want to play with those anymore. But hey, whatever. It's like buying a new pair of shoes. I don't know.
And
We
just
could be
as
wasteful. Yeah. Where's my where's my sound bite that says stop buying stupid stuff? Oh, I got it right here.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
That's classic.
I forgot. I put it to a hotkey, so I got it on F3.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
if ever I want to just I can just hit that button and it'll go do it.
So fast.
Yes, exactly. All you guys are on Twitch tonight. I'm trying to get my watch hours on YouTube up, not on Twitch. You guys, come on.
Well, I'll pair next week. I'll pair with YouTube.
All right, sounds good. It's only stupid if it's your money. Yeah, no, if it's someone else's money, that'd be amazing. All right. Okay, so we talked about Ninja Gaiden 2. I thought it was pretty fun. Ninja Gaiden 4. This was the surprise announcement. Oh, I don't need that volume. So I'm not running the whole YouTube video here. I just got the trailer for the game. This is Ninja Gaiden 4. Dathan, you were saying you're not a fan of these.
No, I'm gonna pass.
Chris,
if Eric beats the OG first one, then maybe we'll see where we go.
Yeah, we might do the second one.
Yeah.
Didn't Team Ninja do some other stuff, Chris?
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden.
That's it?
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah,
That's all they've done?
that's their big claim to fame. They also did the what was it? There was that Souls series that was brought out. Oh, Dead or Alive was another one of theirs.
Okay,
the
yeah.
Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball?
Yep.
Did they do
Nice.
beach volleyball?
They did Extreme Beach Volleyball. The most recent one they did was Rise of the Ronin on the PlayStation 5.
Okay.
That was Team Ninja? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was Team Ninja. And then before that,
Why does Ninja Gaiden get all the love, but there's never remakes of Shinobi?
I wonder if
Isn't
it's
there?
related to who owns the rights to Shinobi.
But I
Shinobi
didn't play
Sega,
any
right?
of those games when I was a kid. Weren't they
Mhm.
released at around the same time though?
Yeah.
And was Ninja Gaiden that much better than Shinobi, or were they? I'm just curious where all the love comes from.
It's a great NES game in Ninja Gaiden.
Okay.
It's hard. It's very hard. I think Shinobi was more popular in the arcades.
Right.
Well, it came out for Sega too.
Did it?
Yeah. I think there was three of them for Sega Genesis, and they're all in all the. I think a lot of them are on the Sega collections that you can get for
I never
360.
had a Sega, but yeah, I remember playing Shinobi in the arcades a lot.
See, and I remember seeing it at the neighbor kid's house. He had it on the Sega.
Yeah.
And so that's why I've always wondered, why does Ninja Gaiden always get all the love, but Shinobi is kind of ignored? Because I thought Shinobi was a marquee game at the time of the system release. So I just wondered if Ninja Gaiden was that big of a big deal.
We need to get that neighbor kid you keep talking about. He had some cool stuff.
There were three of them that had, yeah, for sure. My favorite was watching one of the neighbor kids try to land the plane on Top Gun.
You do know the trick to that, right?
No, because he could never do it. So I just remember going over there and watching him try for days in a row.
So when
And
it
then one
says
day
to
he did
speed
it.
up,
Uh-huh.
or slow down, whatever, you don't go off of that. There's a number at the bottom of the radar that you're supposed to get, and you go off of that number. Don't even look at the
Okay.
up or down. Just monitor that.
I don't remember at all. I just remember him getting so mad. And so I'd go over there after school and be like, "Hey, you gonna try that Top Gun game? I want to watch." And he would give it a try and he'd get so mad. I mean, so So whenever people talk about like throwing controllers or whatever, like I always think of that kid
Mhm.
trying to play Top Gun and land that plane. I don't think he ever made it past that. And then because I do remember I went over and I was like, knock on the door and I'm like, hey, you want to try that game again? I want to watch you play it. And he was like, no, I'm done with that. And then I don't think he ever touched that Nintendo again or whatever platform.
He didn't have any controllers. What was he going to do?
He probably hooked them all through the TV or
Yeah.
whatnot. Or one had a glance that bounced off and broke the TV, and his parents were like, that's the end of that video game system. So yeah, I do remember that. And then there was another kid who had all of them. But the majority of you guys just had Nintendos.
Yeah. No, I think we all have games like that. I just got super frustrated, and you had to put it down. You had to put it away. Oh, yeah. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good conversation, though. It is funny.
So Shinobi was one of Sega's flagship mascots in the 80s. And then I guess after Shinobi 3, they saw such a drop in like sales that Sega decided to put it on the back burner.
As far as when I watched this preview, this game doesn't interest me. But I think that's because I don't have one. I'm not a huge fan of Japanese storytelling, and that's probably, I'm guessing, going to be a big part of the game. And also, I don't have any experience. Like, there's no nostalgia to rope me in.
Well, I'm kind of interested with the fact that they are working with Platinum Games to make this.
I think for Microsoft to get this, I think it's huge. I think one of their untapped markets that they, maybe we're not the ideal. Well, they want us to play it, but I think the ideal market they need to push this in is Japan.
Yeah, you're right. So maybe them trying to get some of that market share.
Right. That's just untapped potential for them, low-hanging fruit for Microsoft to, if go after some of this stuff. So you can tell Microsoft dropped a bag of money for these guys to just go make this, as far as I can tell. And it's getting ported on PlayStation 5 and Steam, but it's going to be free on Game Pass if you have Game Pass. And when did they say it's coming out? Fall. So, I'm enjoying Ninja Gaiden 2 Black right now. So I think I'm gonna play it. I want to give it a shot.
It's nice to see a game about a human exploring a fantastic land where they fight monstrous creatures. That's
there's no child being
Balatro.
raised.
That's fantastic. That's great.
Never seen it before. This is new.
Wait for Ninja Gaiden 5.
You guys are it's really hard.
I'll have a kid in tow.
Hard crowd to please, but that's okay.
I may play it if it gets overwhelmingly good feedback, then I may play it. I was just saying, like, it just doesn't have, whereas some of the other games had immediate appeal to me that they were talking about. This one didn't really have enough of like the story aspects that would appeal to me. The gameplay style to me looks like maybe a Devil May Cry sort of deal, but maybe I'm way off on that.
Yeah, I was thinking, it kind of reminds me of, what's that game that came out last year for PlayStation with the android girls?
Stellar Blade?
Yeah, Stellar Blade. The gameplay kind of reminds me of that a little bit. So, all right, we're gonna move on. Next game. South of Midnight. Anyone interested in this one?
I'm actually kind of interested in this one.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. Well,
Yeah,
let's
it's-
give me some reasons here, please.
It's nice. It's nice to see a game about a human exploring a fantastic world and fighting monstrous creatures.
Well, and the twist is you're the teenager raising the mom.
There
So there you go, little
Yeah, yeah.
Eric. And your critique of all modern games are the same
Well,
story.
yeah, that's such an inversion. It's nobody
See?
nobody's
Changes.
doing that. That's crazy.
That's right. That's right. So there's that. My critique on this is actually close to is the same critique that I had on Dragon Age. Is that I don't like the character model animation.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. Like they
Yeah.
didn't push it far enough into the expressive or
Right.
cartoonish or something. It's like just on the verge of being
One or the other.
so it looks weird. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm with you on that.
But the creatures look the opposite.
The creature models look great.
Yeah, they look awesome, and the environment looks awesome.
Yeah.
The way when they talk about the combat in this is the one that I believe they talked about how you'll have to come across different strategies based off the bosses. We'll see how that translates out, but it sounded fine and interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around if I like the stop motion animation or not. It just feels like it's a way for them to get around low frame rates or a high frame rate.
Oh, is that what that? I actually thought it was not going to be. I thought it was an issue with the video.
No, I think that's the way they intended it, but it's like that's their way of getting around a higher.
Oh, that'll.
They don't
give me
need
a
it. It's
headache.
not 30 frames a
then
second.
forget
They
it.
can, slow it down a little bit. But it looks like it's more like the cutscenes definitely have it.
Yeah, see, I thought when I was watching this, I thought that was just a crappy presentation on the video. If they do that with the game, then that'll be worse than the Indiana Jones reason for refunding it. So I will have to buy this and then refund it. Yeah. Chalk up another game. I tried refunding Balatro, but apparently if you play for 20 hours, they don't let
60 hours, Travis. You're at
60 hours. They don't let you. Yeah. I know. So you got to be careful on that. But hopefully they have a cutscene right away, so I can just refund it.
You've played Balatro for 60 hours?
He's played more than anyone here.
Heck yeah.
Have you really?
Now the thing is, for 20 hours I was asleep.
Oh, okay.
So remember,
You've logged more hours.
It is the pass out game. I've logged more hours, actively moving cards into the play field, completely different metric. That's probably about 3 hours. So yeah, there's that. No, I mean, hey, honestly, if that's not a turn off, if that's a artistic thing that you can turn off, like motion blurring, that's fine. But you're right. If that's a cheesy way to get past some frame rate limitation, that's lame. And if it's an artistic direction, that's also lame.
Okay.
I've got new tech to run at 120 frames per second. Don't simulate me playing 30. Same thing with stupid Balatro, by the way, Eric. Turning off the RGB little fake CRT display stuff. That was good that you could turn that off, or else that game would have gone right.
Real quick, back to Balatro. I don't know if you guys saw the YouTube short I put up a couple days ago. People, I put like a video clip of some guy hitting a really good score, but people were complaining in the chat or in the comments that were like, "Man, you need to speed up your game in Balatro." It's I guess that's the big thing to do. You can completely speed up all the animation and stuff. And the people are giving me a hard time about it, jokingly. But I guess that's if you're a serious player, you got to speed up the animation stuff.
You don't want to wait.
Right. And you can just go through these runs like nothing.
But yeah, I sure hope. I didn't pick up on that. I do hope that juddery animation is at least you can turn it off, especially if they're porting it to other platforms. That's ridiculous.
Dathan, are you going to get this?
I kind of share the same comments as everybody else. We'll see. I don't hate what I'm looking at, but I mean, we'll see. I think there's other stuff that we can play besides this.
Hopefully,
Balatro.
Well, I mean, hopefully we have a good year.
When's the? Is this coming out next month or no? It's
April.
April.
The first week of April.
That's cool. I like everything. Everything they've given like a sort of release date for. I mean, I guess they said Ninja Gaiden is coming in fall.
Yeah.
So we'll see what else is coming out in April. Nintendo, we and Sony still hasn't talked about what's coming out for them either. So,
Well, that's because Sony's too busy canceling all their games.
yeah, that's another show. Okay, next
Rated
one.
mature.
Rated mature. I'm going to mute it. This is Expedition 33, a RPG.
Yeah, I'm in.
Travis is in.
Yeah, I like Robert Pattinson there.
Is that Robert Pattinson?
I believe so.
Really?
I
Okay.
can tell those Twilight eyes everywhere he goes.
He knows his Twilight voices.
Now we'll see how their combat plays out. They talked about the real-time combat versus turn-based, and then they did mention that people were having a real hard time with the real-time aspect of it. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. It could be just a bunch of idea, like one one idea that they just weren't able to nail. But give them props for giving it a try. I mean, that to me seems like the reverse of what you had in, like, say, Star Wars Jedi Knight. No, not Jedi Knight. What was the Star Wars RPG where it was real time, but then you could pause it, issue commands, and go back?
Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic, yeah. So it seems like the opposite of that, right? Where it defaults to turn-based, can go back to real time.
Are any of you other guys interested in the this kind of game like Final Fantasy?
I mean, it looks good, but I kind of am with Travis about the combat. I kind of get a little bit of Monster Hunter vibes from it, a little bit. But I mean, if the combat system's pretty good, then I'll give it a try.
I haven't played Monster Hunter. Is that worth it?
I'm not into it, but there's a huge, following for it.
I know, but it doesn't look it doesn't look intriguing to me, and so it would take somebody like you saying, like, dude, it's totally worth it.
Monster Hunter just feels like a job, like it's work, and so I was like, this is not that fun to me. So,
gotcha.
Monster Hunter.
So that's April 24th.
April 24th. Yeah, they gave it.
Yeah.
That's coming up quick.
For me, I think it's real nice to see a game about a human exploring a fantastic land and fighting monstrous creatures. That's what I like in a game.
You're gonna love the next. You're gonna love the next game too.
No, but for real,
there's 8 people.
For real though, the thing about when I was listening to them talk about the people having trouble with real time aspects of this, I thought that was good. I thought that was a good sign. Because it means it's not just going to be catered towards people who want turn-based, and they said that dial back how difficult the real-time stuff is. Not going to be catered just for the real-time reaction Dance Revolution crowd, let's call them. And they said the game wants you to compensate for whatever you're not good at by using different skill trees in order to optimize your character for what you are good at. And I think that's a really clever way to circumvent something like just having a sliding scale somewhere that says make the action slower so I can be better at the real-time part, or boost my hit points for me, or play the game on easy versus hard, like an auto scaling system that you're in control of. You can scale your character, or you can tailor your character to play to your own gaming strengths. I think that was a really good idea. Let's see how they execute it. That's what I'm really curious about. But yeah, this game in particular looked very like compelling for me, because they're trying to do something a little bit different with the JRPG style game, which I like. I grew up on Final Fantasy, so I'm interested in playing this.
Yeah, I thought it looked cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, and the premise is interesting. I think it's a cool premise. It's a unique IP. It's not a sequel or anything. So yeah, I think there's a lot of things this game has potentially going for it that could make it really fun.
Now, I didn't. So, like I had mentioned in chat, that I regretted watching this, and that's because I'm the type of person that doesn't like to watch movie previews either. I just prefer people to tell me, like, "Hey, go watch this," and know minimally about it. So this, I tried my best to kind of ignore story aspects of these and just look at kind of the art direction and how the combat played out, and then listen to the developers talk about when they were talking about like the actual gameplay stuff. So I don't actually know anything about plot or anything with this, except there is some goofy looking dude that flies around, and that part looks stupid. But other than that, the rest of it looked really good. So yeah, I don't actually know much.
Yeah, Bobby Broadway. I don't know what that frog thing was either, but looks like you need.
Yeah, like I said, something stupid looking. That part looks good. Give him a pass.
Yeah, and I think what they said they developed this game in France, right? So,
yeah. I got tricked into going to Cirque du Soleil once too. I think we've all been there.
You need to have.
Some girl says, I've always wanted to see.
It's the air. Yeah, it's the airship.
Okay.
You need to have the Aubrey Plaza yelling France soundbite for next time.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Because we love the soundboard. It's so great.
We do. Got to keep it going.
There's
that's what we're here for. That's what we're all tuning in for, just that.
Okay. Jason says Nightmare Frog is gonna give me nightmares. Some of you guys, I like. What was that one game that if you were afraid of spiders, like you could change the spiders into something else? Was that?
Really?
What was that? Was
that was for real?
Yeah. Oh shoot, the Harry Potter game.
Oh no! I just beat that. I didn't know that you could turn the spiders into something else.
Legacy.
So stupid.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of a smart idea. So, but
no,
I mean, I didn't do it.
No. Exposure therapy is what I would say for that. That you should be able to deal with.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Was that I guess that was the end of the Xbox thing. So there was nothing else to talk about, right?
Well,
no, there was one more.
Was there one more?
No.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
You got Doom.
No.
What was that?
No. It's not coming out till 5 years from now. Sorry.
Oh.
All right. Oh, yeah. You know what? There was another game. Yeah. Oh. I did pull the whole. If you're gonna drop the whole video on Twitter, thank you.
Hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas.
Id Software, you guys are awesome. I'll skip ahead a little bit.
Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world
There we
full of
go.
locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to
Hey, this is your favorite kind of game, Eric.
of this experience.
Really?
So
What happens in it?
Then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the
It's
perfect
a
entry point into
human
the series.
healing in a
If you're a
fantastic
longtime
way.
fan, then you'll be proud
Wow,
to see in a lot
that's
of
so
ways
novel.
the feel of the game
With
is
large
really
creatures,
returned to
obviously. I mean,
So let's
Okay.
break it down,
Wow.
starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter.
We're just gonna
jet.
watch the whole
In Doom
video
the Dark Ages,
that we're
you'll
doing?
be an iron tank.
Why not? I don't know.
Heavy,
Did you guys
strong,
play
but
Doom
still
Eternal?
Demonetized. Yeah. Heck yeah.
The last Doom I played was 1993 Doom.
Yeah, I played Doom and Doom Eternal. I still fire up Doom Eternal all the time.
Last Doom I played was Painkiller.
Just to play through. Yeah. Fair enough.
I mean, the stake gun in Painkiller is very similar to like the whatever gun they're shooting here with the railroad spikes. Yeah, with the ragdoll physics. I mean, and the oversized monsters. Okay, you get a mech in this one that you don't get in Painkiller, but to be honest, I played these games before. The one thing I would say about this game in particular, it looks like it's well suited for VR, having very little experience with VR. But if it's VR capable, that might be a cool thing to do.
Yeah, they already did that, and it's pretty difficult. Like, it's pretty difficult to handle.
Well, the reason I was saying this one might be better is because he said instead of jumping around and being like an acrobat, you're more like a tank in this one. So
it's the locomotion movement that makes most people puke.
What do you mean locomotion movement?
The smooth movement, like just the standard movement as opposed to teleportation that VR usually uses. That is really hard on the gut.
Huh.
Well, they did.
You'd have to try it to know, but Doom 3, that's the one in VR that made me motion sick. Of all the games I've played,
I'm not super sensitive to motion sickness, so maybe
Me neither. It's something about when you're moving and it's not real, the way that you're moving, that will play with your gut. Now you can get used to it, and I did, but I didn't even realize I was getting motion sick until after I was done playing and I was trying to figure out why I felt sick for the rest of the day. And then I realized, oh yeah, that's what people complain about with VR. Now I get it. But yeah, it took a while. Then I ended up building up a tolerance to it. But it's why all the games have options to most of them, to kind of jump around.
This game made me real excited for Metroid 4. That's what I got.
So the one thing that I'll say about this is, and it's lost on Eric because he didn't play the other games, even though they were actually very good, is that it is a throwback to Doom, whereas the other games were definitely an evolution beyond it. So they do say that in their interview where they say, hey, this is a throwback to it. And it is. Whether that makes it compelling or good, I don't know. But I can just tell from the footage that it looks like it is.
Yeah, they're using the same style of monsters with the same style of projectiles and that sort of thing. I see it.
Well, it's actually more about the movement of you as a character,
as a tank rather than an acrobat. Yeah, that's what they were saying. Yeah.
Right.
I'm seeing that too.
Yeah, well, you know what?
But you didn't play the other ones to know how they felt.
They said that Doom Eternal, you do a lot of jumping, and I think back at it, you did do a lot of jumping and shooting.
Constant. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this, you guys.
I'm interested to see what they're going to do with the shield, because they said it's going to be contextual. So instead of having different buttons with the shield, you just have one button that does everything.
Well, you're gonna have multiple things on the.
Yeah, I know that part. That part did seem.
The developers were all excited about the shield. They're like, you can block and you can parry and you can defend.
You know what? I wonder if they're fans of Captain America, because that's what it is. It's like Captain America's shield with a blade on it.
Well, that is different from the standard Doom formula. You can't. You can just strafe and hide.
See, in this part here in particular, this is what I was talking
about.
That other game it doesn't appear like it's doing. It's not sliders to adjust the difficulty of the game. It's just you need to adapt your character to adjust to the difficulty of the game to play to your own strengths. That turned me off again about this game, is that it seems slider based difficulty.
Well, I think they want everyone to have fun with it, and if you're not having fun,
Yeah, I
some
don't
people
see
turn it
anything
off. They
wrong
want
with that.
as many people playing the game as possible, and
I think there's more creative ways to do that. And I think
I get what you're saying,
yeah.
but from their perspective, I think they wanted to make it as much the most enjoyable experience they can for everybody, and that's hard.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Everybody wants, I mean, when it comes to, if you're trying to tell a story, if they are, which they did with the other two Dooms, you want everybody to get to the end.
Yeah.
You don't write a book so people quit at chapter
Agreed.
5, right? So I totally get why they
Yeah.
do this. I get your point, Eric, on how there's creative ways to do it, but people aren't creatures that often will put up with trying to figure stuff out like that. And if you're just a storyteller and you want to tell the whole story and you want to see you want to make sure everybody makes it to the credits in their own way, doing a slider that everybody grew up with is a super easy way to do it. And I think that that's part of it, right? You've got to play down your audience. You have
we just had this conversation today.
You have to tell jokes for them. Right, exactly. So your complaint, although not invalid, it's putting way too much onus on something that is just trying to get.
Of course it is. I'm the
buys.
indie game guy. I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy who plays these games, precisely because they are less likely to have slider-based difficulty and do something different and not be human walking through fantastic world fighting monstrous aliens or whatever. Yeah.
Dathan, give me your thoughts, bro.
I'm excited for this. I think this is. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a Doom like we've never played before, for sure. I was kind of intrigued by the whole. They were very shield heavy in this, so we'll see how that plays into it. And I think you said it best when it's like a Captain America type thing. They did take a little bit of Gears of War with the gun, the chainsaw gun, and put it on. But yeah, I'm excited. Another thing is, if anybody's interested in the actual, wants to get the collector's edition that comes with a physical disc, an actual game disc, which you don't see that anymore with collector's editions.
Are you getting this thing?
Probably not. If the statue was a little bit bigger, as it's only a 12-inch statue, if it was maybe 18-inch one, I might look into it, but it's not worth it for 12-inch statue.
Yeah, I was kind of having the same thought. Next to the 19 inches of Venom, this is going to be a little small guy.
But I mean, it looks really cool. It's detailed, and I like all the stuff that it comes with, and like I said, the physical game disc, which is nice. But for $200 price point, I might pass on that.
Now, there's also a $100 version where you can play the game 3 days early, and you get the campaign DLC, and I believe the skins, and you get a steelbook.
Expedition 33 also had a collector's edition too.
I think that one sold out.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Yeah,
a castle and a waterfall thing with it and stuff like that. I don't know if that came with a physical disc or not.
Yeah.
But
man, that's crazy that a collector's edition would sell out that quick for a game that is.
Well, they may have not have made that many, or maybe they still have to make some more available. I'm not sure.
And I think with that one, you could only get it. A lot of these collector's editions, that when you can only get it from the game company, like Ubisoft, like their Assassin's Creed ones that are $300, and you can only get through them, that aren't available at Best Buy or wherever the hell you get your stuff. Those usually sell out pretty quick.
Gotcha.
Chris, are you gonna get this?
Well, it's gonna be part of Game Pass, so I'll be playing it. I don't know if I want to spend extra money to get 2 days early access, but yeah, it's definitely.
Were all of these games part of Game Pass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the point of paying full price for a game when you can pay a monthly subscription service and be able to play the same game? I don't know. And 12 inches was more than enough statue for me.
Don't remind me of my statute of limitations here.
I'm sorry we're not all able to handle your 19 inches of venom there, Ryan. But hey.
Well, I bought something else earlier this week that I think is gonna make this thing look like, I don't know,
like a toy.
Right. I'm trying to think of something funny.
I was surprised that there were, out of those games that were there, the majority of them looked cool.
Yeah.
Looked what? Sorry.
That was my takeaway. Looked
cool
to me. Like that was.
There was one
takeaway.
more game that they just dropped a 30-second trailer, and I have it here.
Okay.
Play the Xbox sound. If you guys want to hear this sound, we can.
There is no easy path from here. The choice is yours, as will be the consequences. History waits for you. Go meet it.
Oh, that was Avowed.
February 18th, so that'll be coming up really quick.
Yeah. See, I don't know anything about Avowed except the studio that was making it. That's all that I know about it. So I keep saying that I'm interested in it, that I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, well, that's like I said, I typically don't know much about these things.
It looks like it has first person and third person, and I know you've complained in the past that you don't like the first person stuff as much. So if you can switch between third person and first person, that could be good for you. I don't.
Yeah, but I don't. I'm a super hypocrite because at the same time I just said I keep firing up Doom,
right?
Which I do. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like
I don't like this graphic. Like, I don't like the color scheme they've used. It looks weird. So I don't know. I don't know. That's
Annihilation vibes here.
That's not. Yeah, I don't know. And it looks like they're using the font they used in Avatar.
Yeah.
Right?
I see it.
Yeah.
So I
see. Now I can't unsee it. Thank you for
that. Sorry.
The studio who made it, though, who is it? It's
Obsidian.
It's Obsidian.
Yeah.
And like Obsidian doesn't typically do art of this style.
It doesn't look as shiny as the other games. Am I the only one seeing that? Like, it doesn't look. It looks like 7 years older, or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was the first gameplay footage I've seen. If that's the gameplay footage,
I think we'll be getting more as we get closer to February 18th, probably.
But yeah, no, you're right, Eric.
That's cool. It looks like you can you can get a sword. I think you can be do combat stuff. You can do magic stuff. Kind of like create your own character and go the way you want to play.
In a surprise to no one, I just wanted to briefly say that I'm not surprised that all the games were kind of the same, like I was saying, but it's a little disappointing that like I didn't see any sim games like Sim City-esque or Flight Simulator or anything like that, or any space games, fly a spaceship or real-time strategy stuff. It was all just the same kind of thing over and over again. That's why I kept saying that. That's the impression I got from the Xbox developers thing.
So
next time you'll have to knock on wood.
No.
And that's the impression.
It's the impression that I get.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I know.
Great band.
It was, I think. Well, of a certain era. Oh, yeah.
Of all the bands.
I mean, I just actually, when I watched it, I was kind of laughing or chuckling because there was none of the plot that you had said that article said that there was. Like, there were no kids in this batch of games, right? So that was the only thing that I thought of. I didn't think too much about like that it was the same, that it seemed the same to me. because there's only so many stories to tell.
It's not even the story part of it. It's the way you interface with the world is as a human exploring a fantastic world fighting monsters. That's all.
Yeah. Well, in flight sims, we have one, and we have a really good one, right? Microsoft's Flight Simulator is fantastic. It does VR if you have a PC that
Mhm.
can do it. It's great, but it's boring.
No, unless you really like
Like, I mean,
taxiing and
unless
setting the
you really
autopilot
like flying
and-
from Portland to Seattle,
Yeah.
like I did for
right,
3
and then
hours.
calling air traffic
You know,
control
it's
and
like-
requesting.
Right.
Some
Right.
people,
It's
that's what
just,
they
you know,
want.
my cousin's into it, but
Yeah,
he's a
sure,
pilot,
yeah.
you know, which is weird because you're off work and that's what you do.
I guess you're proving my point
Um,
is that the flight sim is a niche market, and all the games they're
Yeah.
advertising are to the people who are going to buy the largest
Yeah.
amount of games, and everybody wants to play the same game, which is
Yes, just like in
human
movies.
in fantastic world fighting monsters.
Right. Right. And you want to pick a genre, and you don't want the genre to deviate that far when you go to the theater.
And I'm looking for a different experience, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm in the minority here looking for a different experience, and that's fine. I'm going to keep playing my indie games
Yeah.
because of that. Although Expedition 33 looks good.
Maybe we need to cover the Xbox will do a indie presentation. I think they do it every couple of months. At least they used to.
And then I'll sit here and say what we need is a game where you have a gun and you can aim 5 different directions or 8 different directions and shoot at blobs of monsters in a side-scrolling platform. And I'll say that over and over and over again. And then Eric will say, well, no, but this one here is different because... And then I'll say,
Overall, for me, guys, like this was I know Eric's got his own views here, but for me, like I compared this to last year. What did they have last year? They had Indiana Jones. I can't even remember what was else they had in their developer direct. I think they did have a sim game. No one played that.
Keyboard Chris.
Probably Microsoft Flight Simulator, right? That probably was
it wasn't flat. We covered it here on the channel. You know, maybe it was Avowed, but they delayed.
Avowed was covered last year, I think, right? Because it was delayed so many times out. Yeah,
but
it was Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2,
we did
Indiana Jones, Avowed, Ara, History Untold, and then Visions of Mana. Those were the 5 games they did at the developer direct.
And the thing with those games too, like some of them didn't come out till this year now, and then they really spread these out. This presentation is all games that other than Ninja Gaiden, it's coming out in the next couple months. So hopefully that means that Xbox has other stuff that could be coming. You know, what if they do a major release every month? That'd be kick ass from them.
And to answer your question, Meatball, I saw you ask that in the Discord. I thought that Indiana Jones on PC was ray traced required.
I thought that too. Is it not? Or you can turn it off, right?
I don't know. I don't think I returned it, so I can't check.
My response to him was
I
just,
thought that
if it doesn't work, just return it on Steam, right?
That's right. I'll do it for you.
Dathan or Chris, what did you think of the presentation overall?
I thought it was pretty good. We're definitely going to have some good games the next 2 to 3 months to keep us busy for a while. Scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it an 8. I thought they did pretty well with everything, minus Ninja Gaiden, which I'm gonna pass on that unless Eric beats the first one. But I'm curious because we got this developers conference yesterday, and then we've got the Nintendo Direct on April 2nd. Like, is Sony going to throw their name in the hat with the Direct here in that window to kind of throw something out there?
What I've heard is the rumor is they're going to do something in February, and they better do something interesting because last year was crap from them. Honestly, other than Astrobot,
Nintendo and Xbox did Yeah, and Xbox did a bang up job here. So yeah, I
Xbox,
thought it was great. I'd
for
give
me,
it an 8 out of 10
Xbox
as
was
well.
marginally better last year than PlayStation, just marginally. I mean, Astrobot carried
Mhm.
PlayStation the whole year for me. So, but
Well,
then
I hear Sony is going to announce a game where you play a fantastical monster.
Oh no. Oh no.
you know they will now.
So,
I guess
Fantastic
I was
monster.
disappointed with the Switch 2 be having a lack of innovation, and it feels like these games are all kind of just this, the same thing again. Maybe there's just a general lack of innovation for games right now. That's
Let's
fine.
you bring up Nintendo. I want to talk about that. So there's some new Switch games that are. I don't know if this was a leak or did you guys see this? Do you guys buy anything from Newegg?
Used to.
Used to
Don't
buy
anymore.
Still a long time
HDMI
ago.
cables from them a long time ago.
Oh, okay. This was an interesting thing that people found on the internet. Trying to buy a Nintendo eShop $50 gift card yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it 2 days ago? But over the weekend anyway. Or maybe, no, it wasn't over the weekend. It was just a couple days ago.
Oh, this is where the leak came
Yeah.
from.
So if you click on it, they had it in like the details here that 2025 games: Metroid Prime 4, Beyond,
Yep.
new 3D Mario. Like, I think we kind of knew that they were probably going to do that, but this is like they just wrote it on here. Maybe they're speculating. New Mario Kart, we knew that.
Yep.
A Legend of Zelda remake / remaster. Hello, I know Dathan is maybe interested in that.
Well, it depends on which one it is.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. What one do you think they should do?
If it's like Skyward Sword, I would not get. I didn't like Skyward Sword. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they did a Wind Waker.
Is that the one where that stupid thing keeps saying "listen"?
No, that's Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Okay, that one. That's the one.
If they did a remake of Wind Waker, I would probably get that. But how much more can you improve on Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom? I mean, those games are already pretty much flawless visually, so I don't really know what you could remaster.
You could get rid of the temples. That'd be good.
You could do a Link to the Past in the style of like Link's Awakening. That kind of, I guess, a little bit, but I don't really know what they would go with a remaster here.
Would you remaster the original Legend of Zelda or a Link to the Past? I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, I just mentioned Link to the
Link to the Past would be.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, I mentioned Link to the Past.
What about Zelda 2?
I don't really. Yeah, I just don't see. For Zelda 2, I don't know how they would make that work with because if you were to remaster it, you would have to get it to like the.
You'd have to make it 3D,
It'd
right?
have to be some sort of 3D style, which it wouldn't play very well at all.
It doesn't play very well in 2D.
But that would have it doesn't play very well in 2D, right? Like, wasn't that the critique? But at least that would be a game where not a lot of people have played it.
Yeah.
Right. And maybe it would grab people who are like, I actually never played that. Because you're right, Dathan. If they just do the hits that they just released, how much room for improvement is there that's going to make somebody go, hey, I want that console?
Well, I mean,
right?
unless they did like a collection of those CDI games that they made back in the mid 90s.
You love those CDI games.
Something like those CD, but I think probably be the best bet if they're a remaster. Hello, can you hear me?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, you kind of timed out for a second.
Yeah, I was looking at the CDI games because I wasn't sure what those. Yeah. Twilight Princess.
Do you think they might do Twilight Princess?
For the one that came out for the Wii. Maybe. It's possible. That one played pretty well, but I don't know how well that would graphic wise, like remake, I mean, how much better can it get?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess they could just nothing stops companies from making bad decisions. So maybe all they're going to do is just 4K, the last Zelda that they, the first of the, what was the first one, the of the Switch games that was like
Breath
that
of
was
the
Breath of the
Wild.
Wild, right? So maybe they'll just 4K Breath of the Wild.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't think it's a good idea,
People,
but
I mean,
maybe that's
Maybe that's
low-hanging
all
fruit,
this is.
Nintendo knows
but
that if
I don't
they-
know.
if
For
they-
me,
Yeah.
a Legend of Zelda remake
Yeah.
remaster, I feel like that's something else.
Well, I mean,
Also,
Nintendo knows what
Xenoblade
they're
Chronicles
doing,
X,
obviously, because
Pokemon.
if
Yeah.
Nintendo does a remaster, they know fans are going to buy it for sure. I mean, Ryan posted earlier that he bought 62 copies of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So, I mean,
I did.
yeah. So, and then people
Really
buy
big
it.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Would you, now while we're talking about that too, would you buy it if it was $100? Because that's the rumor price of Grand Theft Auto 6, maybe. People are talking about.
Nobody's going to do that.
Lucky for me, I am not a GTA fan. But Eric, I said nobody would do that too, but then I was quickly proven wrong when I thought back to all of the collector's editions and special editions that sold at $100.
Yeah.
Now, how many widgets sold at $100 versus the $59 counterparts or $69 counterparts? But then I was like, man, people actually will. So I don't
You're
know.
staring at
not.
many of them who will do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean that's not to deride it. Like I'm just saying that people will. So if Grand Theft Auto is that big of a people buy new TVs to watch the Super Bowl.
Eric buys new TVs to watch the Super Bowl?
No, I said people do. Like that drives things,
put 'em right
right?
back in the box.
So if Grand Theft Auto is the Super Bowl of video games, then maybe it will drive a bunch of $100 sales. Just being on its own, just standalone, no collector's edition, nothing. I just am lucky that I've never liked the game. So it doesn't even
Yeah, I think the other thing to consider is inflation. And you go look at the price of eggs right now. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But
and supply and demand.
People pirate games. Like, wouldn't the Grand Theft Auto fans just go steal it?
Of all the fans, you would think.
Yeah, of all the fans that would say that's too much, but I'm still playing it.
Oh yeah.
Like I'd be worried about that if I was making a game like that. I'd be like, hey, I think I know my fan
think
base. We should price this affordably.
I think from the developer's point of view, I think if you make a game, if they made a game 20 years ago and it was the same price it is now, maybe they feel like they're not getting the money they deserve. Maybe, I don't know if that makes, if I'm saying that right, but maybe they feel like they should be getting more of that. But there's some other people out there that would love to have anything from what they're making, like indie developers and stuff but the big studios, maybe they feel like they should be getting even more. Well, and I don't know, greed is eternal.
Cost of development is up,
right. Everyone's getting paid more.
Yeah, because they do hire I believe they do in the Grand Theft Auto games, but they hire like AAA actors to do the voice work in a lot of these things. I would argue that probably that's what can change, because I actually find it distracting if I know the actor that's doing the voice work. I prefer not to know the actor. I prefer it to be an unnamed person.
Should they have names, Travis?
Well, non-celebrity, right?
I know what you meant.
Yeah, no, I know you do. That's what I would prefer it to be, myself. And I'm sure there are a lot of great actors out there that would love to do voice work, that would do a very, very good job, just as good as anybody else. Except Christopher Walken and Ripper.
He was awesome in Ripper.
That's the one that cannot be replaced.
Ripper.
Which
It's a
one?
PC game.
Ripper.
Oh, okay.
Have you not? You've not seen it or played it, Dathan?
Was it one of those
It's
big big box PC
Big
games
box.
back in the day?
Yeah.
No.
Across 6 DVDs or CDs, if I
Mhm.
recall correctly, where you please take out CD2.
But
Oh
in
yes,
CD4.
I remember those
to contradict
days.
myself again, which I will do continuously, is, I'll bring the point back that I made months ago, is we're in the golden age of pricing, at least of video games. If we adjusted for inflation for even Super Nintendo cards back in the day, they'd be $100, if
Right.
not more. So
Yeah.
maybe it's time prices caught up. I don't know.
But maybe we should count ourselves lucky that they haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way, I do have that thought. I just I just thought it was odd with Grand Theft Auto. And furthermore, I mean, most of these games release though, Eric, to where I would argue that they're not overly overpriced. A lot of them release and then they go on sale 2 months later because I'm guessing low demand. Right? You don't mark something on sale because it's still burning up the charts and you can't keep it in stock. Right? So the fact that these games, Ubisoft particularly does this, where they launch at a high price, $70, $100 or whatever, and then quickly you can get the all-out complete edition for $50, and then soon enough $20. And then I think, Dathan, you might know better than me because you've commented on it before, but I think they kind of stall at about 20. Right?
The Ubisoft stuff? Oh yeah. Sometimes they'll get down to, when they're on Steam, they'll get down to like the single like $7 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at like console stuff, yeah, $15-$20. I think Prince of Persia now is like $22 or something like that.
Yeah. So in a way, that makes me think that really all that they want to do is try to see how many people they can get to day one purchase it, which has always been a goal. But at the high price point, whereas in the past it was how many people can we get to day one purchase it to make sure that word of mouth is good. One of the things that I'm not a fan of in our modern gaming thing is paying to beta test so that you can say I'm the first to play it. And that is catching on like crazy. So if people are paying to beta test and to get early access to a game like Doom 3 days earlier than everybody else, it maybe the GTA people aren't off by saying, you know what, we're just going to raise the price to 100 and whatever, right?
Leakrian says, I think if the industry does trend to $100 for AAA, then the actual effect will be an enormous shrinking of the AAA market, which we've already been seeing over the last 5 years.
Hasn't that been a quality issue, though? I think that at least last year, there weren't very many good AAA games to play.
And Sony is always releasing AAA stuff, right? And those games do well.
Not all of them.
Well, not all of them. The last one didn't, right? But up until that point, they were doing well, right? And Astro
mostly, I think they do a good job.
Yeah.
I want to say too, Nintendo always keeps their releases right at what like if it's $60 now, like man, it's going to be $60. Yeah, they really
is that right?
Their stuff rarely goes on sale, so if you do see like something that you've been holding out for, definitely get it. But
well, then maybe Nintendo fans better hope that GTA isn't successful with this, because then Nintendo would probably follow suit, right? Raise the price of their games to 100 and just never.
No.
Yeah, well, that would piss a lot of people off for sure.
I think Nintendo's going to stick around to what they're good at. I remember buying games from Toys R Us back in the day, and I think they were maybe $50 for new games. And about now in 2025, and they're $60. So in that
so they keep it
in that
right
35, 30 year span, whatever, and they've only gone up that much. That's pretty impressive.
Wow, you're pretty old.
Yeah.
I've got bad news for you, Ryan.
What's funny is that I'm the youngest guy here.
Yeah.
Calling me old.
Yeah.
Well, and to your point about Nintendo, the Tears of the Kingdom's the only $70 game they've ever released.
Oh, okay.
That's
Oh,
true.
so
With the exception of like collector's editions and all that stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, but they even with that one, they had the buy 2 games for $100 on their eShop.
Mm-hmm.
So if you did that, you could get Tears of the Kingdom for $50. So $70 off.
yeah.
And then I don't know if you guys had seen the thing about Ubisoft and Savi Games Group, which is Saudi Arabia has apparently funded DLC for Assassin's Creed Mirage. So and there's
interesting choice.
yeah, well, I guess right now Tencent and this Savi Game Group are the ones that are talking about buying Ubisoft out.
Well, Saudi Arabia owned a stake in Nintendo, so
Yeah.
I think they still do, but they sold some of their shares. The last I heard. But,
It's not nowhere near the majority stake, though,
No.
right? It's not.
Yeah.
It's very.
No.
It's pretty minimal.
Yeah, no, this is just they got in. It looks like they came about in 2019, is when Saudi Arabia decided to get into the gaming market with this group. But today they announced that they're going to do DLC for Mirage, that they're funding for Ubisoft. So
Anyway, can we talk about toys a little bit?
I have
Okay.
to drop, but
Take it
but
easy,
yeah,
Travis. Thank
it was
you.
good.
Good.
I think thank you. I think that all of the like I said, I just want to reiterate, I was surprised at how quality the Xbox stuff looked. Like I didn't expect to be like actually like, oh, that looks like that could be cool. I didn't expect that for the majority
It
of
all,
what
it
was
all
there.
looks great.
And it
yeah.
was 4 out of 5.
It
It
does.
all looks cool, you know. So that part actually I thought was cool. I think that it's cool that Microsoft is putting those multi-platform as well. They're not platform specific. I think that's a one up on them. That's big ups for those guys. But I do think that if you're an Xbox fan, that's kind of scary. So that's a conversation for another
We'll be
day. But
talking
those were
about
kind of
that
my
for
final
sure.
thoughts on it, right? Yeah. Anyway,
All
have a
right,
good
thanks,
night.
Travis.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot. Okay, here we go. We can talk about what I bought, or we can talk about the HasLab stuff. Should we talk about the HasLab?
Let's talk about what Chris bought. I see the Batman cowl back there.
Okay,
Cool.
what did Chris buy? And his camera will freak out on me as soon as he does this.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Where did you? That's a good eye. Oh yeah.
Oh, he bought that
was
last week.
That was
yeah, showed this off last week.
Oh, you did? I don't remember. It looks.
Yeah,
It looks
I think
cool.
it was
the night-
before. It was
Was it-
before you came on. I think we
Okay.
talked about it before you before we started the show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I found that one at Target for $15.
Why'd you get the Adam West one?
Because it's awesome.
That's the best Batman?
It's awesome. I didn't say it was the best, but it's awesome.
While we're talking about Batman, like
That's Catwoman.
I finally watched The Flash the other day.
Which the Flash?
The latest one.
Oh, the movie. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Like, wow, how did I miss this one?
Yeah, I saw it in the theater.
Dang. I kind of wish I saw it in the theater. So anyway, I guess some of those DC films have turned me off so much I stopped watching them. But then I finally turned that one on.
Fair to say.
You know, it's dang, it's not every day I see a good one.
It's fun. It's a fun movie.
All right, so Chris bought that. Unless you bought something else.
No,
No.
that stuff's all been up there.
Has Dathan been buying anything?
Well,
you might buy something tomorrow, but
yeah. Have I bought anything? I don't really think so. I bought a washer and dryer. Does that count for anything? We're buying our tickets to Disneyland tomorrow, which
nice.
God,
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah. I did add a couple NES games to the set last week. That was about. I think that's really it. Oh, before we were talking about for Game On, I bought NCAA Did I mention that already? I
Yeah.
did. It's been a long week.
How much was it?
$12, I think.
Not
Yeah.
bad.
Well,
Yeah.
something like that.
If you guys were talking about how games really drop in price, the sports games, like
Oh yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Speaking of NCAA, they did announce new features for 2026. That's coming out in July. So
what was the new
Did
feature?
you-
more. It was just a partial feature, but it's gonna be more stadium environment interactions that are gonna be going on with the crowds and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know exactly how they're gonna implement that, but
Crowd fighting.
yeah, they'll figure. Yeah, crowd. They'll
I
figure
guess
out.
that's more in the NFL.
Yeah, they'll figure out something. But no, I didn't really buy any toys.
You didn't buy NBA Jam yet?
No, Ryan did drop the price to 180 for me. That was a thing. I am on the hunt. I'm on the hunt for a transformer, actually 2 transformers.
What are you looking for?
So there is Studio Series 86 Galvatron, which is out now, and the not signature series, the Studio Series Transformers Devastation game that came out for Xbox and PlayStation 3 a while ago. They're coming out with a line of toys, but the Optimus Prime is being released right now. So those are the 2 that I'm kind of keeping an eye out for.
Oh, so those are from the video game. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, the the Galvatron is from the movie, the 86 movie, but Optimus is from Devastation, the game. So I'm kind of looking for those 2 right now. But
You'll find them. All right. I want to get, since we were talking about Batman, this is they released the Clayface. If you didn't hear, I mean, I was talking about it on Tuesday in the Discord. This is the ultimate one that sold out. The exclusive accessories are the ones in the box here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Did you buy this or not? Did you?
I didn't. I was going to, but there's 2 things. One, I got to buy Disneyland tickets. 2, I don't have space really for this, and I don't know where I would put this because I'm still adding more Transformers on the shelf, and so
I don't know where I'm going to put this either. But freaking looks amazing.
I almost pulled the trigger. I love the box art. The figure looks fantastic. It's from my favorite Batman series. And
I got a video too. Let's see. Well, this is from their Instagram or something, but the Batman coming out of the chest was like really sold me on the exclusive. It's a magnet.
Cool.
It's a magnet that hooks onto his chest,
Nice.
and you can just easily take it in and off. Oh, I can't.
I thought it was like a panel you had to remove from his chest and put on there, but as a magnet, that's even cooler.
And then it's all like soft goods on this thing. They're gonna touch him in a second.
Yeah, I saw some of the video that you posted.
I've never seen like a big model toy at this scale look like this. Dang.
It's pretty detailed.
I love that thing coming out of his head too.
They got it right off of the cartoon.
Oh yeah. All right, here's him moving him around. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. His skin's all pliable and stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
They need to do more. More companies need to do stuff like this. Look at that. That's so cool. Oh, anyway, yeah. Dang.
When's the ship date?
Not till the summer.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad.
It's not too far out.
No. Sometimes they've had them sooner, but I don't know. This might take a little longer to make than some of the other ones. I'm not sure. The other thing I wanted to touch on too was the HasLab controversy, or people are upset about it. So we didn't cover it here on the show last year, but there was maybe this came out the year before, but there was a HasLab that had the Ghost. I don't know, what was this from? Star Wars, not Outlaws, the Clone Wars. I didn't watch it.
Rebels.
Rebels. Okay. So this was the ship. You could have ordered the ship. I guess that's cool, right? I
Yeah.
like the. I used to collect a lot of the Star Wars the vintage collection, so I like that. It's that 3/4 scale size. And it would, if you had the Millennium Falcon, it would probably match with that pretty well.
Hmm.
But one of the websites I follow, yakface.com, the editor put out a good article, and I'll just read it here real quick. And he's kind of trying to talk to Hasbro themselves, but he says, "To whom it may concern, it has come to my attention and painfully experienced by others that there is a percentage of collectors that have yet to receive their HasLab TVC Ghost." And this is this. A lot of people should have got this already. Basically, is what he's saying. Months ago. That said, there should be some responsibility, or at least some concern, shown by Hasbro when delays have been extended well past the original estimated date. In yesterday, they had a Star Wars fan stream. It appeared that the brand team was unaware of the issue at hand. In essence, it was, if you don't have it yours yet, I don't know why. And if they are aware, it probably would have been better not to address the matter at all. If future HasLabs hope to be successful, customer satisfaction should be your utmost priority, no matter how many few are affected by this issue. I hear several stories regarding the lack of communication for this campaign, ranging from the little to no notification of shipping and fluctuating delivery dates, which lead to taking multiple days off of work to be present to sign for delivery. I get that. Yeah, you don't want porch pirates. We are collectors through the funding of these campaigns each year, make a substantial financial commitment, albeit voluntary, in hope that we get what we ordered and receive it close to the delivery estimate. Of course, there are external factors that can obviously come into play, natural disaster, extreme weather, but again, that's where communication is crucial, whether it being from the company, Hasbro, or through its brand ambassadors, marketing executives, or public relations partners. A concerned effort must be made. I also hope that the internal factors are being addressed to avoid a repeat of delays. I hope that the concerns are taken to heart. So that's from Jason over at yakface.com. And that's not the only one I've been hearing about. I've been hearing about there's the 2 in the box Ghostbusters toy that was also a HasLab campaign last year. People are been very sporadic getting those too, and it's making me nervous because I ordered the Ecto 1.
Mm-hmm.
Was that last month?
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they take some of this feedback. I don't know exactly what the problem is, but I don't know. It's concerning if you're spending that much money on this kind of crap.
I was unaware that they were having issues to begin with, because from what I've read from all of their crowdfunding, sourcing, whatever you call it, they've all done pretty well, and they haven't been really any big issues. But I guess I was wrong. I guess this is a thing that's starting to come up. Maybe they're making too many that they can't keep up demand with, or
Right.
Or who knows? Because I know when they first started doing this, I don't know what the first one that they did that was a crowdfunding. I think it was maybe Unicron, back in the day. This ginormous robot transformed into a planet thing. I think that was one of the first ones that they did, and that I actually do kind of regret not buying that, because every time I see it at a comic convention, it's really cool, but it's usually $2,500. And I think the crowdfunding, I think it was 6, and it was one of the ones that when it had tiers, and every time that they hit a tier, you get an additional figure, that type of thing. But to this point here, I was unaware that they were having these issues with fans not getting their stuff in the delay, especially over a year ago, or a year plus.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
No.
You know, I guess it's less neck, or what was the other company? Yeah, NECA. They were having issues. That was even on another level, but
Oh, that got worse too. You saw people ended up getting what was it? Was it the accessory set? Is that what that was? The NECA thing?
the sewer lab.
People that sent them back in the box, and NECA didn't even open the ones that they got back, and they just put a label on it and sent them to customers.
Oh, bad. Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
that was a whole Reddit thing that went on for a while.
oh yeah, but yeah, I think there's a lot of unhappy people out there, and I feel for you guys if you're watching this on replay. You know, I would be pissed too, and it doesn't make sense like how some people have them that bought them and others don't. And there's no I also hate when you don't get any communication when you order something and it just shows up out of nowhere.
Arcade 1UP used to do that too. Like there were a few times where I never got a tracking or anything like that. I never knew it was being released, and then I get a knock on the door, and there's the FedEx guy. I was like, "Hey man, I got this big huge package in the truck. You need to come help me. Help me bring it in."
It made me have to download the FedEx app, the UPS app. What's the other one? There's DHL. So theoretically, if something gets sent to me on my address, I get something. But yeah, that's crazy. Like if you don't want. I don't want porch pirates coming stealing my shit. Especially whoever dropped off my Terminator 2, they just put it right in front of my garage, outside in the sun. And my wife wasn't home, so I was like, "All right, here you go." But yeah, maybe they'll. I think Hasbro for the most part is a good company, and maybe they will put out a response. I don't know. Because sounds like honestly they didn't know anything was going on. Maybe this is a FedEx issue, or maybe this is just coming from China, Eric's favorite place, and they're having issues, or I don't know what it is. Is it Chinese New Year still?
I don't know. I don't know how long that goes.
Year of the Snake. I know they like to take a couple of weeks off in January.
2 weeks. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so maybe that's part of the issue too.
Maybe it's some regular humans dealing with fantastical issues. No,
it could be. You never know with these things.
Yeah,
but I also am maybe I'm a bad Star Wars fan because like I'm not a fan of. I didn't watch this, so like, should I have watched this? I don't know.
Rebels?
Yeah.
I've heard good things.
But you haven't watched it either.
No, I haven't. The last like Star Wars cartoon thing I watched was the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, I think I used to have that.
I don't know if I watched Rebels.
I've heard good things. I have one of the Lego sets, which is pretty cool.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
They made a Star Wars Lego Rebel set?
Hang on.
There we go.
There's a human going on this fantastical journey to fight some monsters and come back. So,
Meatball Saucy says it was a great show. Okay.
Yeah, I heard good things. There's a scene in Rebels where they're trying to get out of being intercepted by the Empire, and a bunch of A-Wings break off. So the A-Wings fly out.
Hold on.
And they get intercepted by Darth Vader.
Oh.
So
that's cool.
It was a double set that came with the A-Wing and a Darth Vader. And the A-Wing's got this cool feature where you like slide the cockpit back like this, and it fires two torpedoes from underneath the carriage. And then Darth Vader also fires his weapons too. So they shoot at each other, and that's fun.
It looks like they could have made it like a non-Rebels thing too. Like it could have just been Darth Vader's TIE fighter versus an A-wing.
Yeah, they could have. But it was released during when Rebels was on television, so they branded it with Rebels, and it included Grand Moff Tarkin and I forget who, one of the people from Ahsoka who's also in Rebels.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. It was a Rebels set.
Yeah, it's a Rebels.
Do you have
set.
a lot of Star Wars Lego or just Lego in general?
Do I have a lot? Not compared to you, but yeah, I've got quite a bit. I think.
What else do you got?
Nobody compares to Ryan when it comes to Legos.
Are we
bad?
Do we want to? We're taking a tour. Take a tour.
Field trip.
The other thing we should need to see too is Dathan needs to show off his Zelda sword too sometime.
Oh, it's over there somewhere.
Talking about Zelda.
So there's my AT. It's up there.
Should I put this in? There we go.
There, that's better.
Is that Lego?
Yeah, that's the Lego AT. But there's my TIE fighters.
Oh, cool.
There's some of the midi scale ones. I've got the big A-wing and the other A-wing and the green A-wing.
Oh, yeah, nice.
I've got
that A-wing is awesome.
Some of the OG, like that's an original. This guy's original from the late 90s when the first
sets came out.
There's a B-wing down there.
I think the first sets came out when Episode 1 was released.
Yeah, so
maybe I'm wrong on that. Seems about right.
Stuff. And I've got stuff in boxes I haven't even opened yet, but it's still there.
Okay. Well, I have stuff in boxes too.
And I've got some of the old stuff in the garage boxed up that I didn't have space for. So
cool. Anyway, it's been an hour and 50 minutes. Dang, that went by pretty quick.
Yep.
A lot of good stuff. Thanks for you guys have any final thoughts before we go?
I got nothing.
Okay.
I think of go Bills on Sunday.
I want the Mando ship. You know, I wanted the Mandalorian ship until he blew it up, and then I didn't want it.
It's an awesome set.
They also made a HasLab of that one, and you know, like I saw that, I was like, didn't they blow up that ship? Like, yeah, they did. Like, why do I want that one?
Because it's awesome.
Did you see? Maybe did we talk about it? But there's rumored they're making the Death Star 2 from Return of the Jedi again, I think, but it's going to be like $1,000. So.
Oh, I did see something like that.
Yeah.
There's these like Instagram posts that go on where it shows a picture and the price and the date.
That's what I'm talking. Yeah, you know, I was talking about that Star Trek ones. Like they know exactly what's coming out. I don't know how, but usually all the Lego leaks are right on.
I think there's a Spider-Man Norman Oscorp building coming out too soon. I believe that might be next month.
Yeah, no, I saw there's a Spider-Man one that's based off Spider-Man 2, the movie with Doc Ock. Maybe that one's just a $50 set, but Meatball Saucy's... Oh, yeah. Thanks, bro. Now, we need to get Meatball Saucy back on the show.
For sure.
Yeah. Anyway, Chris, do you have any final thoughts?
No.
You got work tomorrow?
I got to take off. I got to be at work at 2 a.m.
All right.
So,
all right. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you, and thank you everyone on Twitch tonight. I guess I'm curious what the final total on that was. So I appreciate you. Join the Discord if you're not already. That's where a lot of us you can message and talk to us, and we had a lot of good discussions this week. I thought so. Should be interesting. And go subscribe to Asa Jack's Media Grounds, of course. Are you doing any movie reviews or anything this week, Chris?
I'm cranking them out this week.
Just movie reviews.
Okay.
I've got a Kung Fu series that's going to be showing up.
Oh, nice. David Carradine?
every Tuesday. No, just old 70s kung fu
Oh.
movies.
Well, that could be David Carradine.
I did see one of Jackie Chan's original movies, so before
Okay,
he
cool.
kind of made it famous over here. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week. We really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. J Rod, Bobby Broadway, Meatball Saucy. You guys are awesome staying this late. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Peace out.